The Texas National Guard has resorted to using tank-like vehicles on the Mexican border. And by tank-like vehicles, I mean the M113, which is definitely not a tank, but let's dig into this. So I just want to say, I think it's very easy for anyone outside of Texas and doesn't live on a border town to be like, what the hell is going on down there? And for citizens of Texas who do live on these border towns, they are, relying on the Texas National Guard to defend those towns and the border. So I am very respectful to that idea, but I'm just going to say this. Why are you sending M113s to the Texas-Mexican border? So the Texas National Guard actually identified there will be 10 set positions where these armored vehicles will sit. But this vehicle being stationary, that's not really what it's designed to do and be. You see, this is a Vietnam-era vehicle, and this vehicle is designed to quite literally be the taxi of soldiers. Which means the vehicle is designed to move rapidly and get soldiers to where they need to be, not really stay stagnant. And we've even sent 200 M113s to Ukraine because, again, it's not a stagnant war, it's a fast-moving mechanized war. And again, if we use another example, in 2003, the early Iraq invasion, M113s accompanied by Abrams tanks and Bradleys, they were being used to advance troops and move them to where they need to be, not really stay stagnant. And look, these vehicles, you can add optics to them and you can add mounted machine guns to them. But the way I see it, it almost seems like they're getting a little desperate on the Texas border. Maybe there's a thought that these tanks are going to use as like a terror weapon against whoever's trying to cross the border. Or some sort of deterrent, like, oh my gosh, they have a tank, we can't cross the border. But from a tactical standpoint, as far as that, I'm not seeing what an M113 will really provide to the Texas National Guard. And not only that, the Texas National Guard even said they have to train up to 50 soldiers to even use these vehicles. Which means they're pulling even more resources, even more time, and even more money for a vehicle that's not really going to provide that much to the Texas National Guard border mission. And trying to find any information on the Lone Star mission in Texas, it's nearly impossible, and a lot of soldiers on the mission have been told, do not say what's going on. But again, I think this is pulling the curtain a little bit more that by adding these armor personnel carriers on these fixed positions, even though they're meant to be mobile, I don't think they really have an idea of what's going on themselves. So if I get any more updates on if they're going to add like Bradley tanks or Abrams, I'll make a video on this, but make sure you guys are paying attention to the Lone Star mission, because if you want a little behind the scenes of where the Army can struggle or try to piece things together with whatever resources they have, Lone Star mission in Texas on the border with Mexico, it's really telling on what's going on over there.